All right, let's get some more practice in here. I had ended by asking you to try this one, and I'd suggest that you try and set up all of them ahead of me as we go along here. But let's start with this one. And I had asked and said the key to this one is to start by finding this arc measurement. Because we have the angle being, boom, outside the circle. So this is an outside angle, which means that the way that we find the measure of the angle, our formula for that is going to be outer minus inner over 2. Now the trouble is we don't know what the inner is. This is the inner angle because, or the inner arc because it's closer to the angle. So we need to figure out what that inner is. Luckily, we have all the other measurements. We have this is 170 and this is 134. So we have these two arcs put together. And if I put those arcs together, this is the 170 and this is the 134, and click, it makes the entire circle. So 170 and 134 is, are the other measurements. And then I'm trying to solve for this. Well, 170 and 134. And that measurement should add up to 360 because 360 is all the way around our circle. And so we just need to combine those together and then subtract, and that will solve us for x. And we get 46. So 46 is my inner arc. So let's call this y. We don't know it yet. That's the angle we're trying to solve for. Outer minus inner over 2. My outer is the 134 because it's still contained inside this angle, but it's farther away from the arc. So that's my outer. Minus my inner, which is 46. I just solved for that. Over 2. And that is 88 over 2, which is 44. So again, that's our outside, and that used two tools that we talked a lot about last time, which is those outside angles and the fact that if I have all the way around the circle, then that is 360 degrees. So if I only have one missing piece in the circle, you can find it by taking the rest of them combined, subtract it from 360 to get the rest of it. Now let's look at this one. Be careful with this one. Careful, because it looks like this one is outside the circle, but it's actually not. We want to look at where the vertex of the angle is. We want to look at where the vertex of this angle is. Where is this angle formed? The angle is formed right here. That's where it's pinpointed. So this is not outside the circle. This is right on the circle. And if it's right on the circle, it's an inscribed angle. Inscribed angle. So we're not doing outer minus inner over 2 because we don't have an inner. We don't have an outer and an inner. We just have, if I draw out the angle, here's the angle. If I draw out the arc, here's the arc, and it's just one arc. So that means that we are using our formula that we did last week of doubling the angle to get the arc. because this angle's on the circle. So be careful. It may look like that one is outside the circle, but it's not. It is on the circle. So let's see. We have double our angle to get our arc. What is our angle? Our angle is right here. It's the 3x minus 1. Should equal the arc. The arc is out here. It's the 5x plus 33. So doubling the angle to get my arc. Then we want to distribute. 2 times 3 is 6x minus 2 times 1 is 2 equals 5x plus 33. Then we want to get everything with x on the same side, so we're going to subtract 5x from both sides. 6x minus 5x is just 1x minus 2 equals 33. And so we get, when I add 2 to both sides, we're going to get 35. Now don't forget, you can double check your answer here by plugging in for x and making sure that you get the same thing on both sides. So I can plug this in and make sure that when I plug in for this measurement, the 3x minus 1, and when I plug in for the 5x plus 33, what I should get is that this measurement, the arc, should be double what the angle was. Because that's what our equation said, doubling the angle to get the arc. All right, we got 2 more. Let's keep going here. Oh, where is this angle made? This is a 38-degree angle, and this angle is made, boom, inside the circle. Interior angles. This is inside the circle. That means our angle is going to be arc 1 plus arc 2 over 2. Add the arcs and divide by 2. So in this case, there are my arcs. This arc's really tiny. We're going to add them and divide by 2. Add the arcs, divide by 2. That's going to be my equation. Let's see. Our angle here is right here. It's 38. And then our arcs, we have a 10x minus 1. And we have x. Multiply on both sides to get rid of your fraction. So we're adding our arcs, dividing by 2 to get our angle. That's our equation. So let's multiply by 2 on both sides to get rid of the fraction, so that when I do that, the 2's cancel, and now no more fraction. On the left side, I multiply by 2, I get 76. Combine our like terms. And then this should be fairly straightforward from here. I won't show all the steps. You should get 7. Add 1 here, you get 77. Divide by 11. 77 divided by 11 is 7. Again, plug it in, and we would get x is 7. Then the first arc is 7. Again, that's tiny. The second arc is 10 times 7 minus 1. So I add that to the 7. That is 7 and 69 is going to be 76. Divided by 2 is 38. So again, when I add the measurements and divide by 2, I should get the right formula. All right. Last one here. This time the angle is outside the circle. This is outside angles. And so once again, we're going to use the formula that the angle is the outer minus inner over 2. So there's the formula. I know the angle is right here. It's 45 degrees. I know the inner. The inner is just x. The hard part here is that we don't have the outer. But we have done this. I've shown 2 different examples of this now. Here it comes again. If I put the outer and the inner together, it click makes the whole circle. So whatever this measurement is, I'm going to take it away from 360 to find the other measurement. Right? If that was 90, I would take 360 minus 90. If that was 100, I would take 360 minus 100. So whatever it is, x, the outer arc is going to be 360 minus whatever that inner arc is. 360 minus x. So that goes in for my outer arc. So I have 360 minus x over 2 equals 45. So multiply on both sides to get rid of the dividing by 2. I have 90 over here. We have 360 minus x is going to be minus 2x. And if I move things around to the other side and do some dividing, then I'm going to get x to be 135. That would make my outer 225, my inner 135. If I subtract those and divide by 2, hey, I get 45, which was my angle. That's how you can double check your answer. Does the formula work? So that's it for the notes. You should have it all done now and ready to turn in. Thanks for watching and following along. And I will see you again on Wednesday for some homework questions. Talk to you then.